this point first, because they are not all equal. This point is halfway between point 1. You can lightly mark the number the points. Number 1, 2, 3. Okay. So you have 1. Okay. You had already marked 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Now you are marking point 2. Okay. Once you have marked point 2, go down. Between 7 and 9, mark the halfway point. Between 7 and the center point, 5, also you mark halfway point. This number 2 you have marked. You marked 3 earlier, right? 3, 5 is the center. Okay. Then the halfway point between 5 and the circle is 7. Today we are going to be learning how to draw the Sri Chakra. We learned what the Sri Chakra is all about. Today, a simple method to draw the Sri Chakra. Okay? And so this is what we've done so far. In the afternoon we have another session. But now we'll go through how to draw the Sri Chakra. I hope you will learn to enjoy geometry after this session, even if you do not originally. Okay, so the very first step is that you draw a vertical line through the center that has already been marked. Okay, it has to be parallel to the 2 side lines. Okay, this is a circle. It doesn't look like a circle and is not a circle on this, but you have a circle on your paper, right? So from the top to the bottom, passing through the center that has been marked for you.
The innermost circle.
Yes, innermost circle, that is which is blank at the moment. No, you just need to draw first the vertical line, okay? And all of us, we will do it step by step, so don't try to jump ahead even if you think you know. Let us do it together, okay? Because otherwise there is a chance of making mistakes and finding the error and going back to it is more difficult. So everybody will be on one page at one time. Okay, now you can use your scale, measure the distance from the center to here, mark the center point. So mark the point at the circle. The center is already marked and the outermost. Now you mark 2 points halfway between the center and the circle point. The square and all the additional circles that are there, that we will attend to later. Okay, the center and then this first circle that you come across, this whole space is empty, right? That is the central part of the Sri Chakra. That is more difficult to learn, so we will do that first. All right, so when I say circle, I mean this first circle from the center. Yeah, inner one, yes. So just measure how much it is, divided it into half. One more thing, just do it right now. Put your name at the top of this thing, because if your page gets turned, then your orientation will be gone. Put your name at the top of the page. At the top right here, where there is Devipuram here, logo, right? So there you can put your name. If everybody has finished drawing the central vertical line and 4 points marked on it, any way is fine at the moment. Okay, but once you start drawing and then it gets turned, then you'll be in trouble. Iske liye. So right now any side is fine. 2 at the circles, 1 in the center and 2 here. So 5 points. Sorry, my bad. 5 points. Yes, with the center point 5. Okay, if that has been done, the 5 points now, so you have 5 points. Now the half, do you have 5 points on your vertical line, including the center?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Now, from between point 1, which is not highlighted here, and point 2, you find the center again and mark 1 point. The earlier points are not highlighted again in this one, okay? They are there. You can, which you have already are 5, and you are marking additionally 4 more points. Yes, it's not half, okay? Only mark this point first, because they are not all equal. This point is halfway between point 1. You can lightly mark the number the points. Number 1, 2, 3. Okay. So you have 1, okay? You had already marked 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Now you are marking point 2, okay? Once you have marked point 2, go down. Between 7 and 9, mark the halfway point. Between 7 and the center point, 5, also you mark halfway point. This number 2 you have marked. You marked 3 earlier, right? 3, 5 is the center, okay? Then the halfway point between 5 and the circle is 7. Yes, 9 points in total. But you have to remember that
in school, they'll give you a mic so that you can watch in last shot for this to no shot.
they are not all equidistant. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay. See this, if you have marked 1, 0.2, 0.3, okay? Right? There the distance is equal. Between 0.3 and the center point, 0.5, it is not, the point is not equidistant. There is a reason for this. You just go with what is being told, okay? How come? We will come to those questions later. What is the measurement? Okay. It says position that you see where is the halfway point and go a little bit higher. So what was the distance? She says it's 4.5, right? So the distance is 4.5. Okay. So you go 2 and 2.5. So mark it at 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay. From point 3 you mark 2 centimeters. That will be your point 4. From point 4 to the center you will have 2.5 centimeters.
Correct.
See, this is the center point. From the center point, measure 2.5 and come and mark 1 point there. This is point 1, okay? This is point 3. This is point 5, point 7 and point 9. Just write those points down there. You will need those points later also. 1, 3, 5 and 7 and 9. All the odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, see, I have not measured what is the distance between, what is the distance, tell me what is the distance from the center to the radius. What is center to the radius, how much, what is it? 4.5 is the radius. So 4.5, then you have to make it 2.25. Okay, so then the halfway point is 4.5. So from the top where it meets the circle, you measure 4.5, you get 1 point. 4.5, that is the center. 4.5, that is another point. 0.7, and the next one is 0.9. Okay? So from here, you mark, what is that? 4.5, midpoint is 2.25. 0.1, you measure 2.5 centimeters, 2.25 centimeters and mark 1 point there. That is your 0.2. From 0.3 has already been marked, right? 0.3, you mark 2 centimeters, measure 2 centimeters and mark 1 point there. That is your 0.4. Done? 0.5 is already done.
Yes.
Now you measure 2.25 centimeters and mark 1 point there, and that is your 0.6. Okay? These are equal now. 6. That's 0.6. 0.7 has already been marked. And then again 2.25, that is 0.8. And the last one where it meets the circle is 0.9. Okay? Is this 2.25 centimeters? 2.5 is this line here.
Right.
So between 2 and 2.5 is halfway, that's their point. That's what you have marked, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, just write the numbers also. 1, 2, 3. Please write the numbers also. We can erase those numbers later once it's done, but write the numbers. 1, 2, 3, all 9 points. Please write the numbers. 4, the cross is 5. See, from point 1 to point 2, 2.25 centimeters. Point 2 to point 3, 2.25 centimeters. Point 1 to point 2, the distance is 2.25 centimeters. Point 2 to point 3 is also 2.25 centimeters. Point 3 to point 4 is 2 centimeters. Point 4 to point 5 is 2.5 centimeters. And then 2.25, 2.25, 2.25, 2.25.
Yes.
Yep.
So those are the 9 points. Number 5 is the center. Please mark the numbers also. It will make it easier for you. Instead of counting the number of points, it will be easier if you mark the numbers on the line. Starting with the top. This is point 1, point 2, point 3, 4, 5 is the center, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Has everybody got 9 points? Have you marked the numbers there? Center point is 5. All right? Has everybody got the 9 points marked and numbered too? Next step, draw a horizontal line through the point number 4. Through your point 4, draw one horizontal line. Here, this is your point 4, okay? Through that, touching the circle on both sides, you are drawing one horizontal line, okay? Look at the straight lines above to make sure that you don't draw a slant line instead, okay? Try to make it view with your eyes and see that it is horizontal, parallel with a line that is there, okay? Now join the two ends where it meets the circle. This point to point number 9. Similarly, the other side also to point number 9. This is your first large downward pointing triangle. Now you draw a horizontal line through point 6. Point 6. You have numbered your points, right? Point 6, you draw one horizontal line to meet the circle on the circumference on both sides. Once you have identified the points, both those will meet point number 1, because you're turning the sheet in all ways and then you will forget which way is up. Do you have one upward facing triangle and one downward facing triangle?
Yes.
Now draw a horizontal line through point number 3. 1, 2, 3. So this is the horizontal line, but don't go all the way up to the circle. Just stop somewhere halfway.
Somewhere.
No, it doesn't matter. We are going to find the corner, but we don't know exactly where it is on that line. So we just don't go till the end, but just stop about halfway, or just a little bit distance away from the circle. Through point 3, you draw the horizontal line. And how do you find out where it's going to join? This is where the thing comes. From point number 8, it needs to go through the intersection over here. You'll see one intersection where two lines make a cross. Can you see that? So that is a fixed point. This is a fixed point. You go through this and extend it to meet this line. Okay? So when you extend this line, you will find where on this line the point will meet. If you have overshot, you can rub off the excess. If you have not reached there, then you need to extend it. Yes, through point 8. From point 8, go through the intersection, okay, and extend that line. The horizontal line here is going through point number 3. Point 4 is over. See, this is an intersection point which is from the two large triangles that you have drawn. One upward facing triangle, upward pointing, and one downward pointing triangle. This is one intersection. Okay? This is a fixed point, and point number 8 is also a fixed point. You draw the line through these 2 points and extend it further. And then it has to meet this horizontal line.
So the intersections are on
The circles that are marked are the intersections. So you look for those intersections. Where are those intersections? Now draw a horizontal through point number 7. Horizontal line through point 7. Okay. Now you look for the two intersections on either side on line 6. Find those intersections first. Right? Once you have found them, the intersection, and this is the fixed point number 2. From point 2 to 1 intersection, extend it further to meet this line. From point 2, you join to that intersection, okay, and extend it further till it meets the horizontal line going through point 7. Similarly, on the other side, again from point 2 on your left also there is another intersection going through line 6, extend it further till it meets the line 7. If there is any excess that you have drawn, since you only made an estimate, right? So if there is an excess, you can erase the excess part. If anybody has a problem, raise their hands and somebody will come and assist you. Now you draw a horizontal through point number 2. Again, don't go to the end of the circle. Stop somewhere, halfway or at some point before the circle. Point 2, line through point 2. After you have drawn that horizontal, this is the center. Between the center and line through point 6, you mark a halfway point there. That was 2.25, right? So between point 5, which is the center, and point 6, you mark one more point there. Yes, 1.25 centimeters, you mark one point there. Halfway point between point number 5 and point number 6, the measure will be 1.25 centimeters. No, wait, now it is a little bit trickier because you have to pass it through 2 intersections and the point that you have created just now. This is the point you have made now. It has to pass through 2 intersections. So you look there, you will find 2 intersections, 2 crosses.
On the line 4.
Yes, on the line 4 and line 3, you will find 2 intersections on one side and 2 intersections on the other side as well. These are fixed points. That means the line has to go through them. No, see, you first get your point here. Now this point, this point, this point. You draw a line and then extend it further.
This one.
The intersections are
On point 4, line 4 and line 3. Okay, extend it and then you find where it meets on this line. See, this point is unknown. At the moment it is unknown. The corner point is unknown. We don't know where it is. We can only find it by extending the line and then joining it wherever it meets on this line. There is one intersection on line 4, one intersection on line 3, and this point that you have created now, 1, 2, 3, 3 points it has to pass through and then extend further up. This is supposed to be the most complex of yantras. So don't worry, okay? We do step by step and we will get there. If it is not meeting, do a slight adjustment for both of them. Okay? Slight adjustment you do. See, slight point difference may be there. Very, very slight. It is said that it is impossible to get an absolutely perfect Sri Yantra. There will be some corrections needed, some whatever point they're saying that will be there that needs to be adjusted slightly. So for example, if you make the line a bit thicker, you can cover the small tiny triangles that are formed by the difference. So you cover the difference, minimize the difference on both sides so you can cover it. All right, next slide. Yes, now the horizontal through point number 8. From point 8, you draw one horizontal line. Point 4. After you draw the horizontal line, again here also from point 4, now you look for intersections going through line 6 and 7. Join those 3, extend that line further and make it meet, allow it to meet with the horizontal that goes through 8. From point 4, this is the point 4. Similarly, on the left side also, you have 2 intersections on line 6 and line 7. Along with point 4, you join those 2 intersections, extend that line and allow it to meet the line horizontal line through point number 8. All right? Yeah, extra triangle, try to minimize that.
I know that the triangles.
Tiny triangles or big triangles.
Tiny triangles.
It's okay. Don't forget, don't bother about that. Ideally, it should not be there, but I will tell you why we are getting those. Okay, everybody ready for next step? Two intersections through line 6 and line 7. From point 4, you go down and then extend that line, go through the two intersections, extend that line to meet horizontal line 8. Okay? These steps were the easy part. The next two, still easy. It's just, you just pay attention and then you will be able to do it. It's not that difficult either. It's just a little more focused attention, that's all. Okay, everybody done?
Yes.
Okay, next slide please, Avinashi. The point that you marked, right, between the center and this point 6. You marked one point, right?
Yeah.
Through that point, you draw one horizontal line. You may cross one and up to the next line, you have to extend that line. You cross one line and go till you meet the next line. That's it. Through,
5 and 6.
this is the line, okay? Through point that you made between the center, below the center, whatever is the point below the center. Okay? That point, you draw the line, you have to cross this line, junction, and then meet it till the next line. That's all. It will pass through one line. There's no junction, but it will cross one line, and then it meets at the next line. First, draw the horizontal line. Did you draw the horizontal line? From the top, the number where you meet it. Horizontal is from below the center, there is one point, right? Just below the center. Where is the center of your circle? Yes, below that there is one point.
I already did.
You did that. Okay, where do you draw it?
Which point is at the top?
You have to mark it to point 3.
3.
Yes, 1, 2, 3. You have to join it to point 3. Join that line to point 3. No intersections now. The horizontal line has to extend only up till here, which means you cross one line. It's not a junction, it's just a line. You just cross that line and go till the next line. Similarly, here also you cross one line and go to the next line. That is the length of this line. And the 2 points that are formed are joined to point number 3. Okay? Okay, if everybody is good on this now, we move to the next slide. Okay, just listen carefully once. Okay. Below line 4, if you look on either side, you will see 2 intersections. Just you see the line 4, line through point 4, look down, you will see 2 intersections. This is the intersection, this is the intersection. You draw the line through that and extend up to the next line. See, this is the intersection, not what is marked there. This is the intersection, this is the intersection. Okay? You can see this is the cross. This is the cross. Okay? Those two you join and extend it on either side up to the next line. Up to the next slanting line, you join it. This, see, if you look, this is the point 4. Look below, you can see 2 intersections. This is 1. This is the cross. This is 1. This is the second intersection. You join those 2, extend it up to the next line.
What is the horizontal? Yes. No, there are 2 sets of intersection on each side.
See, just listen. These points, the circle that is marked is the final point, but the intersections are just before that, here and here. So those points you join till you go to the next point, next line. 2 intersections join chesi, you extend it further till you meet the next slanting line. Actually, यहाँ पे intersection नहीं है. This just crosses this line. That's all. This is one intersection, bro. This is one intersection.
Only one intersection.
हाँ. But 2 points दिए हैं. But yeah, one intersection it goes. It crosses one line and crosses one intersection and then goes there. Okay, done. Move to next one. Now this is the final one. Through the triangle that you just drew, this one, below that you see there are two more intersections, these two. Or you look just above your center point. Center point which you have got, just above that you look to the right and left, you will find two intersections. You join those and go up to the next line. Okay? Extend that. Oops, what did I do here? No, this something else came on here. Above the center point, you will find two intersections on either side. Join those and extend it further till it meets the next slanting line. Just for your information, it will not meet at this cross center. It will meet above that. This is your center point. Just above that, you will find two intersections. You join these and extend up to the next line. Okay? And these 2 points will not meet at the junction here. It will meet above it. So you have the whole Sri Chakra now. Huh? Yes, to point 6. Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, join those two. Once you have located these 2 points, okay, join it to point 6. Join to point 6. No intersections. No intersections. We just join straight from here to here. Only remember, it will not join at this intersection. This is not the point. All right? When this extends, it will meet higher than the intersection. This intersection, slightly higher than that, it will meet. There are no intersections, man. Here. This is 5. This is the center. Or count from down. 9, 8, 7, 6. Point number 6. The last 2 ones are a little tricky because you end up joining it at a different point and then you lose the symmetry there. Okay? If you have finished this, then now let's count the triangles and make sure that you have done it correctly. Okay, so this is what it should look like. Now let's count in order the triangles if you are correct. Okay, now from the outermost ones, these are the 14 triangles, right? So let's see if you've got 14. Start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. Do you have 14? Good job. Okay. Next enclosure has 10. So let's count. See, this is 1, 2, 3, okay, 4. You can just write down the numbers there because sometimes it can get confusing. You say this is 1, then here this is one triangle, this is also a triangle. You might go there and say 2. So you might get confused. So just write the number there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Correct. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, correct.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. See, the image has gotten elongated, so some of the triangles are looking like really long. Okay? It should be a perfect circle, but it has been elongated slightly. That's why it is looking a little different. Okay? Did you identify the 10 triangles? No? Okay, we'll go over it once more. Here, this is 1. This is 2. Write down the number there. 2. 3. Okay, this one is 3. Then this one now is downward pointing. That is 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay? Did you get those 10 triangles? Bahir Dasharam. Write the numbers. Next, ek aur 10. Right? Antar Dasharam. Okay, so next 10 are from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. See, from this is here, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Don't worry about the petals right now. Just look at the innermost part. Okay? The green triangles are the 14 triangled enclosure. The blue triangles have to be 10 in number. Next is the pink ones, also 10 in number. Have you identified those? The inner 10 are like this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1, 10. If you have identified a triangle and they are the correct number, you can lightly shade them in. The middle part, the 6 and 7 points joining there, mistake hua hai. So see, if you get 8 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one, this is the pink one. The one in pink is the inner 10. Inside of that will be the 8. The inner triangle, and this is the bindu. Okay, those who have been able to identify all these, you can start shading in the triangles. Then it will really, you can see. Okay, so 14 triangles, shade them in with pencil. Then the 10 triangles, shade them in. 10 again, and then 8. Then the central triangle. 2 sets of 10, okay? First one is the 14. This is the 14. The green triangles are 14 in number. Inside that is the enclosure of 10 triangles in blue. Within that is 10 triangles in pink. And after that is 8 triangles in light gray or something. No, I will not give you color pencils now because we don't have time. I'll show you how we do the next part, the petals. How are you going to draw the petals? That we will see. Coloring is something you can do on your own. No, you can choose any colors that you like. It's not fixed that you have to do only this color. You can try different combinations, see what you like. It's there online. Has everybody identified all the triangles? Yeah, okay, quickly I will tell you how you can get around the petals. For you it is very easy because you already have the square drawn. Okay, so through the center you draw a horizontal line and a vertical line. Oh, she didn't draw, okay. Yeah, all of these, no, don't draw the lines all the way. Don't do it now, just see how it is to be done, okay. You mark the points where it meets the circles. So this point you have, okay, if you place your ruler from here all the way down, okay, you mark points on here and here. Similarly, here and here. Then on the horizontal as well, circle points here and here, here and here, okay. Similarly, you do the diagonal, the square. You have already got the square. So from the square, one end of the diagonal to the other end of the diagonal, and on the circle you mark points. On the circle you mark points. Center to the corner. Make the points only on the circles. Mark points on the circles. Mark the points. So when you have gone all the directions, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in between also. This is 1, this is 2, okay. Then the diagonals, 3, 4, and then in between them again. We made it little bit, this is circle draw kar diya, squares draw kar diya. Okay, if you are good at just freehand drawing also, that is also fine for the petals. Okay, just see how are the petals drawn. Once you mark the points, the point from here is a tip. Then you draw this petal, okay. You mark on the 4 sides, 4 gates like this, 2, then 3, 4. Then in between you will have the space again, and then you can draw those petals, okay. That is the 8-petaled enclosure. Following that is 16-petaled. Only thing you need to make sure is that this tip and this tip are aligned. At the top, at this side and this side and this side, then you won't make a mistake. Otherwise, you might make a mistake by joining this one as a petal, okay. You have to make sure that this tip and this tip is aligned, okay. And then you mark the 4 sides first and then do the ones in between. Then you will not go wrong. All right? After that, so that's what it would look like after you've drawn all the petals. Okay? 8 petals and 16 petals. Here for you, this has already been done, the 3 circles. Otherwise, when you start drawing it by yourself, you have to, from the circle, from the center, you draw 1 circle. After that, you have to draw another circle and another circle for the 8 and 16 petals. Now you draw 2 extra circles on the outside. Those are the 3 circles. Those have been drawn for you. Now the gates, 4 entrances, right? We talked about the Sri Chakra, it has 4 entrances. So the easiest way to do that is you mark the width of one of the petals. Leave that as a gate and then you draw a square. So leave the width of one petal as a gate, as an opening, okay? And then you draw the square, 3 lines of square. So width of this, you leave it as open and then you draw the square. Okay, so the next figure would look like this. So that is the opening that you are leaving. See, it's marked clearly here. Width of 1 petal. Yeah? So you mark that and the rest of it is the square. So that's the square. And you have 3 lines for the squares as well. 2, 3. Okay? Now your Sri Chakra is complete.